Welcome back to Music Machine Mondays, the series where we're filming my favorite mechanical instruments from the Speelklok Museum in Utrecht, the Netherlands. And in this episode, we're looking at the Ulster Gavioli+Dance+Organ.
Right, so the big one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a pretty huge dance organ. Organs like these would be in dance halls and used by people to dance to, of course. This is a pretty old one. This one is from 1902, and it was built by Mr. Gavioli, Anselmo Gavioli, and he also invented the organ book 10 years before that, in 1892. So wow. 10 years after he invented the organ book, he could already build this huge organ. Wow. The best part about this organ is that it's still in its original state. So what would happen a lot with organs like this is that they would take out organ pipes when they didn't like the sound anymore, or they would repaint it. They wouldn't even take the old paint off, they would just throw on some new paint. And this is the original paint job, and all the organ pipes are at least the original sounds. Sometimes you have to replace some organ pipes because they're just broken down, but we as a museum, we always make them the same way as they used to be. And sometimes you have to replace the leather, for instance, on the bellows. That's something you would do.
So everything is 120 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Even the music, some of the music on it is that old. Which is also really funny because the pop music from that era is really different from what we listen to nowadays.
Yes.
It's so old even that I have to grind it by hand. Dance organs like this were motorized pretty quick because you could make them heavier. You could make the bellow heavier, the air pump heavier, if you didn't have to grind it by hand. So that happened pretty fast. Other organs that we have, like the schuit for instance, they were never grinded by hand. You would already have them on a motor when they were built. This one I do have to grind by hand, so that's going to be a tough job because the wheel's pretty crooked too.
Okay.
If you would dance to an organ like this back in the days, this one was in a cafe in Belgium after it was built. You would go to the dance hall and there would be a specially reserved part in the middle of the room where you could dance, and the rest of the room was filled with chairs and tables, so you couldn't dance over there. And you first had to pay the organ grinder and he would let you in, and then he would play one song, and when the song was done, he would kick everybody out again, and you would have to pay again if you wanted to dance again. So you had to pay for every song you wanted to dance to, and they would only play very short songs, just to make sure that they could pass through as many people as possible on the night, which was smart, but also a bit greedy in a way. But that's why we only have very short organ books for organs like this, but they're really suitable for playing longer music too. But the organ grinders didn't order those books, they only ordered very short books because of that.
So it's all about the financial side.
Yeah, in this case, absolutely. Yeah. They needed to make fast money with it. Yeah.
And do you know, is that like this drum is the drum?
Yeah, this is the drum, and here all the organ pipes are really the organ pipes. Sometimes there are fake organ pipes in organs like this, but in this case, absolutely not. It's in a way too old for that. And also the statues on it, that's also something really from that era. What they started doing later on was have the statues move. And sometimes visitors here are a bit disappointed that the statues on this one don't move, but I'm like, yeah, but it's from 1902, what do you expect?